I, like many others, have been alive for a number of years, and during that time I have gained some passions, such as video games, games in the form of video, gaming, also cars, and esports, but I wouldn't want to be redundant now, would I?
Being part of Gen Z, I did grow up playing video games for most of my childhood, starting when I was around 6 years old. And in that time, I've seen things, lots of things. Franchises being born, game series dying, communities being killed, and the reason why I'm making this video, the evolution of mobile games. Have you ever felt like the mid-2010s felt different? Perhaps you enjoyed life more back then. Perhaps everything was brighter and more fun. I'm not going to get all philosophical here. However, I do want to say that during that time, gaming as an industry just felt more alive than ever, especially mobile gaming, when compared to what we have today. The year is 2012, almost 2013, and Gameloft have officially released the latest installment in the Modern Combat franchise, Modern Combat 4 Zero Hour, which, believe it or not, is considered by most, including myself, to be a step back from the previous installment in everything but the graphical department. Still though, with that being said, Modern Combat 4 is still a very impressive game, especially for the time being. This sadly would be the end of an era. During 2014, French conglomerate Vivendi decided Gameloft and Ubisoft would be better off under their corporate umbrella, starting a hostile takeover. Slowly but surely, during the following year, Vivendi ended up buying Gameloft and a big part of Ubisoft, with Ubisoft labeling the purchase as unsolicited and unwelcome. Why am I talking about some greedy corporation buying out studios that want absolutely nothing to do with it? Because it highlights a very big issue with the mobile gaming industry. Heck, it's the root of the problem. Following Gameloft's forceful acquisition in June of 2016, the studio's founder, Michael Guillemot, ended up leaving the company only 29 days later, with Vivendi's chief operating officer being appointed as Gameloft's CEO. Since then, Gameloft has gone from being the biggest and most ignored mobile game developer to being nothing but a laughingstock in front of the world. I cannot help but feel bad for the employees who, according to multiple sources, got a letter welcoming them to the Vivendi family. This caused the quality in the games produced by Gameloft to drop drastically, opting instead to be uninspired, washed down, microtransaction-filled messes packaged in the form of a game. With Modern Combat 5 and Nova Legacy's release, it was clear that the once great developer that had listened to its community had fallen.
Mobile phone games have been the poor relation of the games industry until now.
What I would say is that the mobile game industry has been a small industry but very, very autonomous. In fact, we are not that related to the video game industry.
In the following years, following Modern Combat 5 release, no major games were released on the mobile platform. Most first-person shooter games were quite bad, and there were some highlights here and there: Standoff 2, Regular Ops, Minecraft but on your phone, Subway Surfers. But when it comes to games that try to reach that console quality metaphorical bar, there was absolutely nothing. Until...
Brendan Green, it's a pleasure and an honour to meet you. Thank you so much for being on Screenplay.
Thanks so much for having me. It's an honour to be here.
Brendan Green is an Irish game developer born March 29, 1976. He is known for his work on the Battle Royale genre, most known for a game, and you might have heard of it, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, which just so happened to be the most popular and well-known game on Steam in 2017, reaching a concurrent player count of 3.24 million players in January of 2018. This game, it made waves, and in March of 2018, it became playable from the comfort of your palm, also on console, but who cares about that. why am I making this game out to be such a big deal? Because it was a big deal. This was the first game of its size to be released on mobile, and you have to understand that during this time, the entirety of the internet had its eyes filled with it. And seeing it come to mobile was huge for the platform. Of course, the mobile version wasn't developed by the original developers, that would be expensive. Instead, Bluehole, the publishers of Pubg, decided to outsource the rights to the Pubg name out to Tencent, who in turn put Lightspeed and Quantum Studios in charge of the project. And let me tell you, this game was fire. Talking from experience, being someone who played the game when it came out, and in the following years, this game was amazing. The gameplay was unmatched by anything on mobile up until this point. Huge expansive maps and immersive gunplay meant this game immediately acquired a huge player base, rightfully so. This game also put Tencent in the public eye, a name which you hear just about daily when it comes to mobile games. Who, or rather what, is Tencent? To put it simply, Tencent is a Chinese multinational technology entertainment conglomerate, which basically means it has its claws dug deep into a lot of industries, including mobile gaming, where it owns multiple intellectual properties and studios. Tencent owns part of the biggest game publishers the world knows, Epic and Riot Games being some of the most notable ones. To put it simply, the biggest mobile games you know, Call of Duty, Apex Mobile, Pubg Mobile, Clash Royale, and League of Legends all have gone through this company, through its board of directors, through its division of video games, and they had to be approved. All the revenue goes through this company before it gets to the original publishers, and this company made huge decisions when it came to developing these games and porting them to mobile. On a separate note, speaking of Call of Duty Mobile brings us to the next chapter in the evolution of mobile games. Call of Duty Mobile came out in the fall of 2019, being met with huge amounts of critical acclaim, because it just so happens to be everything great about the Call of Duty franchise, except the campaign, on the go, and in your phone. Legendary maps and guns with iconic gameplay is to this day what makes Call of Duty Mobile so popular. It is also true that this game sucks ass and is slowly but surely dying, with its player base deciding to play other mobile games instead of it. The game losing its popularity is due to a lot of factors, mainly Activision and Tencent barely reinvesting anything into the game while making billions in revenue thanks to it. But why am I telling you all of this? Because after having recently played through Modern Combat 3 and 4, I can't help but feel that with the acquisition of Gameloft, a part of what mobile gaming could have been ended up dying off, instead being replaced with live service games that take little to no effort from the publishers to be ported and released on mobile, yet generate insane amounts of revenue. I am a big sucker for storylines, for iconic characters, for stuff that leaves an impact on the player. Heck, it's why Far Cry 3 is still to this day one of my favorite video games, along with the entire Metro franchise and Grand Theft Auto. Video games are a medium unlike any other, because the creators aren't limited by anything but their creativity, and they can tell whatever story they want to tell. And the fact that we had a period of time where people tried to do that with mobile games is astonishing to me. If you even somewhat remotely enjoyed this video and found it educating, entertaining, or anything else that is positive, just consider dropping a subscribe. I spent around 4 days working on this video, 3 of which I worked on the script alone, and honestly, for one of the first video essays I've done in a while, I'm kinda honestly proud of how it turned out. Just so you guys know, this entire video was made by a 15-year-old kid from Moldova in his bedroom with only his Android phone. So again, thank you guys for watching, thank you guys for listening to me. If you want to hear more from me, my Twitch and Discord are in the description, along with the music I've used for this video if you're interested in that. And I hope you found this video entertaining, and I hope you have a good one. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye.